If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. And if you're looking for code cards, make sure you check out Poton Store. They have automatic email delivery and all the latest Pokemon TCG codes, and you can use Tablemon code for 5% off. If you're from Europe, mealybotsgaming.com is a great option to get your cards from. They have all sorts of sealed products, merchandise, and all the sets available from Pokemon Sun and Moon upwards, including the latest Hidden Fate set. Don't forget to use Tablemon code when checking out to get a further 5% off from your final purchase. Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to TCG World 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. We are now moving on to ADPERO's ADP deck, which he got to the final of the Daytona Beach Regional. That's one win for Sander at the Open with a very unique deck in Naganadel Control, I guess, or Naganadel Checkmate rather, and now we have this super interesting ADP deck, which has the main players in Jirachi, Dedenne, Keldeo, and ADP, but also has the Cryogonal, has a Girafarig, and has a Fairy type Mimikyu. So a Fairy type Mimikyu with the copycat attack actually one-hit the ADP, which is insane, right? You trade, they hit you for 150, and then you immediately one-KO them, so that's really nice. It's also really good for the Gosler Naganadel matchup. I guess you want to kill them as well, so that's really, really nice. And we have the Girafarig to Lost Zone things like Charizard GX, Reshiram and Charizard GX, Greninja GX, so then Mewtwo can't do anything to the Keldeo. There's a lot of important cards that you want to use Get Lost on, maybe Dolls, a lot of different things that you want to target, and it's really nice utility card to have. Cryogonal also with a Frozen Lock attack does 10 damage, but after the GX does 40, so that's pretty impactful. And your opponent can't play item cards from your hand during the next turn, so no Dolls, no Custom Catchers, no Great Catchers, no Crushing Hammers, so really nice way to slow down the stall decks and possibly just outright beat them. Now the deck runs on a Lily engine along with the tag team supporters and Rosa. Rosa is a really nice card because you can only play it when one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. However, if that did happen, then you get to search your deck for a Pokemon, a trainer card, and a basic energy. So you get to search for any of your tech Pokemon. You get to search for possibly the counter gain, which is really impactful to help you attack faster, even if Jirachi goes down quickly. And it can also search for any energy you're missing, but it can also search for literally anything, right? A Chaos Ball, a Reset Stamp, literally anything. And thank you so much for the post, the Swift2. Very, very kind of you. Custom Catchers plus Great Catcher, a really nice way to make sure you're targeting the right Pokemon. Sometimes in the end game, all you need is a Custom Catcher to KO a small Pokemon for 2 prices rather than having to deal with a big tag team, since your damage output is limited to basically 180 at max, 150, 140, 110, so not huge numbers. So very nice way to play around that for sure. So let's jump into a ladder and see how well we can do with this ADP deck by ADPERO. Alright, and Arflex Star, thank you so much for watching. That's what the videos are for, and that's what the live streams are for. So we can all learn, we can all enjoy. Good time playing this really awesome game. Alright, so in the coin flip, we're up against Gengar 101, which I believe is Gamer Alo on like Twitch channels and everything. We're getting a pretty solid start, not gonna lie. We have the turn 2 GX, basically as long as we find a water off of this Lily. We're up against Mewtwo, and there's the water. So I'm gonna attach the metal because we do run less metals than water, so it's gonna be easier to find a water. I don't want to attach all of these, so I'm just gonna live for 3, which is a little underwhelming. And now we're in a bit of a dicey position where we don't find another Pokemon, we might end up losing. The strategy against Mewtwo is to not bench ADP, but we started ADP, so we might as well use it, right? Thank you, Swift2. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. It's very kind of you to say. Your judge is friends with me on Pokemon Go. What's his username? I mean, at some point when friends started, I gave out my friend code and I accepted everyone who sent a friend request. Now I'm full of friends. And I'm not sure who is who. I know some people, but not everyone. Right. So, very solid start for my opponent. Giant Heart, steady change. Doesn't even need to welder this turn. You can welder next turn. Thinning, Cargo Axis, Giant Heart Axis. A Chaotic Swell for us would have been fantastic, but my opponent already got the welder without even needing to Giant Heart, which is insane. Phantom Gate, okay. I think I recall seeing that name on my Pokemon Go. Alright. And there's even a Marshadow. So we might be in for a rough time here. No Charizard GX yet. But... okay, so what I might end up doing is just GXing for the damage. I don't need the extra prize, right? I really don't need the extra prize. I just need to KO 2 of these guys and that's okay. So I might just end up doing that. And then only play down 2 Keldeos and that's it. That's the only thing. But I took in reason stamp. Wow. Alright, I mean that's a Keldeo. That's a Rosa for the counter gain, so not terrible. Right? Not terrible at all. And we get hit for 150. That means no GX attack utilized yet. Alright, so I'm gonna Cherish Ball for Keldeo. 2 Keldeos available, that's good. The counter gain is available. All stadiums are in there. I think that's my only plan. I genuinely think that is absolutely my only plan here. To go Rainbow to this person and then go GX. So I can 2-shot Mewtwo's. That's my only plan here. And there's Malolana still, but we'll see. We haven't seen any indication of ability Reshi, right? Rosa gets me the other Keldeo. There we see the Welder. So many fires. 6 fires down now. You tried the new Mew Mew list going around, but you're really not a fan of the Jirachis? Yeah, I also don't like Jirachi in Mew Mew. Mostly because, like, you're a tag team deck. It's not like Malamar that gets to promote a Jirachi every time a Giratina gets KO'd, right? Like, one Mewtwo goes down, you promote your Jirachi, you Stellar Wish, and then return to the Mewtwo, and then that Mewtwo goes down, and that's it. So you're using Jirachi to Stellar Wish, like, 2, maybe 3 times if you started with it, so, I'm not a big fan either. I mean, sometimes 1 Stellar Wish is enough to win you the game, right? But I'm also not a big fan. Okay, so we get another Lava Flow, interesting. Right, so my opponent's deck flowed well, but he did not get like a great way to find attackers. Only 1 Cherish Ball played and no Pokecoms yet. Alright. So now we have a really good hand to respond to this. We are going to Rosa for the other Keldeo, the only other Pokemon I'm going to play this game. We grab a basic energy and then we go for the counter game so that we can start pressuring that Mewtwo. So we'll go ahead and attach, we'll go ahead and attach, we'll go ahead and reset stamp. My opponent is down 2 reset stamps, so I would imagine he won't be able to get that Keldeo out of my hand. So now all we do is Sonic Edge for 140 until either we win or we lose, and slowly power up another Keldeo. It goes against the toolbox idea of the deck. I mean, at first I tried it with Jirachi and I had some success with it, but overall it just, yeah, it wasn't super impressive. And you think you need the tackle engine if you want a chance with Malamar? Yeah, with no Malolana, Malamar could be problematic. I feel like lists playing only 1 weakness card energy are being very greedy. I feel like you need more than that. Alright, so my opponent does find a Cherish Ball. Does go for the Soul Gallo, which makes sense. So I assume he has an energy. Well, he already Giant Hearth. Did he just get the Dene off of the reset stamp? That's probably gonna be the case, right? Yep, that's it. So his 3 cards, his 4 cards were Psychic Energy, the Dene, Cherish Ball, and something else. Jirachi, I think. Alright, so there's an Agnadel. Not super impactful. Basically, we need to power up another Keldeo purely for the GX attack of a possible Reshiram and Charizard, which is in there, right? So in 3 turns time, after Turbo Strikes, he would be able to have that powered up. Although, we are going to get a KO right here, so maybe that's not super impactful. I think we just win now, right? Like, I go bench, attach, and then I go Sonic Edge. Because my opponent has to continually attack with Mewtwo's in order to recover. I don't think he's gonna have another reset stamp. This gets us an energy for next turn. Oh, I should have kept that energy actually for the Keldeo. That was silly. But yeah, using the GX of ADP ends up being the MVP. Rosa counter gain is so spicy. Yeah, it is. Jirachi is useless now that they play Mimikyu, and you need to be able to search the hood and weakness card energy with Guzmahala. I agree. Yeah, the Jirachi GX is definitely useless now. But only playing 1 weakness card is super greedy, I feel. Does Blastoise GX just take a hard loss against ADP? I think it does, right? Like, how does it bypass Keldeos? I don't think it can ever bypass Keldeo. So I'm thinking my opponent's only chance is like to maybe power up Mewtwo, but even that gets knocked out in 1 hit, so I'm pretty sure this is game, despite starting ADP. Yep, there it is. Very, very nice. That counter gain allowing you to pressure, utilizing the GX correctly, attaching the right energy to the ADP, all of that ends up making a big, big difference right there. A big, big difference. All right. Alright, so let's see what else we can go up against now. Alright. My face disappears. Alright. Dabstar 90 is deciding who gets to go first, and decides that I get to go first. So that immediately tells me he's playing a greens Reshi deck with Volcanion. They can skip B-String turn. I mean, even if you don't skip B-String turn, like, why, when you have Keldeos, you don't really care about the B-String turn, I don't think. Alright, so Lily would be fairly useless here, right? Lily seems fairly useless. Against a greens Reshi deck, I feel like Guzmahala is the right way to go here. I think that makes a lot of sense to just go for these 2. and go for this, this, and of course this. The KX well could be very impactful to prevent power plants from seeing play. Actually, I'm gonna hold that. I will, however, go for the ADP. The counter game is available, so that's good news. I did have 3 water energies priced, so that's not great. Let's grab the custom catcher, sure. And then we'll go attach, and then we will pass. So slow and steady wins the game with this deck. Card Envoy goes through Keldeo. Oh yeah, they do play Card Envoy. Saeed, thank you so much for the kind words. Card Envoy does go through Keldeo, and they are playing that, right? It only goes through 1, that's true, but I mean, if they KO ADP and then Keldeo, then they just need to GX per game. So that could be a problem. It's still a pretty tough matchup, I would imagine. It should be a pretty tough matchup for Plants. Yeah, a deck that doesn't naturally play Pokegear, and then if for whatever reason you change it away, then you're in trouble. Okay, so my opponent does play the Giant Hearth, no power plant, which is interesting. And then Jirachi will be gone. Not the end of the world, honestly. Not ideal, right? But not the end of the world. Okay, so we can definitely GX now. So maybe I should have, if I played that, maybe I would have stopped this KO. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Malamar seems good. Oh, I didn't get the counter game. Wow. So do I just go for the counter game play? Do I simply go for the counter game play? Maybe getting Guzmahala was better to get the counter game. I mean, do I benefit from GXing here? I don't think I do. I get attacked by 180, but if my opponent doesn't bench something, then he's done for. And if I took an attack for 180, then I have Malamar. So it's like a win-win. I do want to save the waters. I do have 3 waters prize, which is annoying. Well, there's 6 prizes for my opponent though, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. My opponent's start not the best. He might play defensively here and try and retreat, so that's when I go GX and then I go Custom Catcher, KO that. I get reset stamp from 6 to 6. Not the best of deals. I lose a Malamar healing, but once again, it's not the end of the world. Hello, Kevin. Thanks so much for being here. We see the Fion. Once again, not relevant. I mean, that might just be my opponent's out to not losing. We see the fire on the Charizard. Pulling off another welder doesn't seem very likely. I think my next turn I go attach, attach, switch. Does find in dreams. So Fire Flint Welder, I guess. Fire Flint Welder would be my best guess here. Surge and greens. All right. So we get the tackle top deck for the Malamar, which is really cool. I think that's definitely the play, right? I think that is most certainly the play. So then I'll Malamar a metal anti-skateboard. And then I'll go attach the water. And then I know my opponent has Surge and greens. Might as well take that away. Just make it as difficult as possible for my opponent to get the win here. I wish I had a Keldeo down, because then I just threaten with the win. I'm down to 2 energy, but I know I had priced at least 3. I priced 4 energy. Yep, two energies of my prizes, so now we can power up stuff. That's really cool, Kevin. That's really cool. It's old, but I mean it's still relevant and expanded, right? So that's pretty awesome. I've been continually using Fion for whatever reason. Gets the so my opponent's playing Fion and Marshadow in a green stack. Does he have Giant Hearth Welder in those 3 cards? He has Power Plant, that doesn't matter. Custom Catcher for 2. Like, you don't need to use the Fion, right? You don't need to use the Fion. Syndicate Lynn, very underwhelming supporter in this situation, that's for sure. We get Reset Stamp, not the biggest of deals. And I even find the Keldeo. That's like, I could not have asked for a more perfect 3 cards off of the Reset Stamp. I genuinely could not have. Kevin, so normally, you know, what I try to do, hello Guerrero. Normally what I try to do is I try to play against people on Friday. My screen name is demo_Tablemon. You are free to add me whenever you want. But I don't play against people unless I am specifically streaming. You know, unless I am specifically streaming and it's viewer battles day. Okay, because there's a lot of people that want to play against me, and it's hard to say, like, to play against some people but not others, you know? So I'm gonna retreat. I'm not gonna risk the confusion for any reason whatsoever. I will, however, attach here and then go Ultimate Ray for 150, and then power up this friend and attach the medal to this guy. I am out of energies, right? But I do have switches and Malamar in case I need to, so that this doesn't get trapped. So it's like, I'm not gonna end up losing to something weird like that. So my opponent found the Welder, which is a little too late. But yeah, eventually, Kevin, I'll, like, this Friday I'm gonna be in San Diego for regionals, but afterwards I should be able to stream on Fridays, and therefore I will be able to do viewer battle Fridays. Yeah. After San Diego, like in the time between San Diego and Dallas, and like the holidays, I will try to stream more and even do a little VGC, I reckon. A few VGC streams. Alright, so I think I'm gonna bench the Cryogonal. I'm 1 custom catcher away from winning, right? So I'm definitely gonna bench these 2. I'm a great catcher or a custom catcher, and there we go. Custom catcher, 150, GG. GG. So my opponent's start not the greatest. Ours, the counter gain is so huge in this deck. So huge. And yeah, we did price 4 energy indeed. Alright, so 1 more game of ADP right here. And another win. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright. Let's start playing some more games. Alright, so I don't know what we're up against. It might be the mirror match. Right? It might actually be the mirror match. We'll see. Based on the sleeves, you would say it's a mirror match. Based on the Fione, I could definitely say it's a mirror match. Sander did not have Fione, so... Yep, it's definitely the mirror match. So it's not an 100% mirror match, though. It's not a 60 card mirror. So unless my opponent's watching the stream, that reset stamp was definitely to get the extra card off of the Lily. Which do I like more from the top two? I definitely like ADP more. Guardian feels fragile sometimes. It's still a really good call, right? But Guardian does feel fragile sometimes. Alright, so... my opponent can't attack me next turn. The Fione is annoying though. Because that means he always gets the first attack on me. And I do have Malamar, but I don't have a third energy. If I had energy, then this wouldn't be horrible. This is gonna be a weird game. I have 2 turns to top deck energy, however. Decides to double switch, so I assume he's trying to Lily. Oh, thank you. And wow. Almost as bad as the previous hand, but that tackle kind of helps. Ooh, but my opponent whiffs energy though. That's huge. That is actually huge that my opponent whiffed energy. So now he's 1 turn behind. The Guzmahala guarantees me 1 energy, but I need the Synthicate to find me the other one. I think I get rid of these 2. I'm not a fan of doing it, but I think I have to. And I'll grab the counter gain, I'll grab that, and I'll grab that. Counter gain in case I fall behind. And then I'll go attach, and then I'll pass. And then I can potentially get the first hit into the Keldeo with those custom catchers, which would be really big. Cherish Ball for ADP, so my opponent choosing to bench it would add an interesting dynamic to the match. He does indeed. So it's not just going to be Kelly. He is playing Ants Resolve, which I personally really like. He did lose another switch and he's burned 3 of them already. Yeah, he burned 2 and then used another one. So if no energy again, then I'm free to just KO the Fione. And then there's my 6 prizes right there. I would love to have the bonus 30 damage to 2-shot rather than 3-shot that guy. But can't have it all, right? Based on our draws, I'd say the fact that we are going to get the first attack off here possibly is a very big win. And we do find the energy, awesome. Alright, so is it worth it? My opponent has used 2 reset stamps already. Well, he used 2 of them, right? He used 2 of them. You want the list of the guy that was playing B-Drill. I mean, you'd imagine the list is going to be similar to what Tord was playing the other day on his stream. I don't know if he published that, but I'd imagine it plays Rosa, Jirachi, B-Drill. A lot of that. Alright, so we see that Guzmahala probably going to find either a unit energy or a rainbow off of this, and then he's going to go for the GX attack. And apparently whatever special energy he was using ended up being priced, and therefore no chance. Alright. Alright. This ADP deck running very nicely so far for us. Very, very nicely. Can't complain right here. We've had some pretty decent luck today. The only match I think we've lost today is the one against The one against Florges with Guardian, where he was playing the 1/1 Ninetales. Okay, so I don't know what we're up against. I kind of feel I'd rather have the Free Truth with Mimikyu than a Keldeo active without no information on what we're up against. Whoever he is, he's a legend. So when you're going first, you definitely don't need to bench anything else. We're up against Malamar. In theory, a really good matchup, right? And the stadium guarantees that we're gonna get turn 2 GX attack into attack. So we'll see. We will see. Fairly good start from him. When it chooses to discard a Malamar. Ooh, so he is playing that Mimikyu. So he is playing that Mimikyu. I mean, does that Mimikyu matter though? Like, he focused on that, so he's not knocking out my Mimikyu on turn 2. I feel like for that to matter, you need to go... Well, I'm not even sure. I am not even sure. Alright, so I'm gonna put back the Keldeo. Jirachi might end up being useful. I'll definitely grab an ADP. And then I think I discard the Jirachi actually. Well, I could discard the water. It's just Jirachi could end up finding a custom catcher piece. So I'm guaranteed energy, so that's why I'm gonna discard the water. Alright, now I definitely get rid of Jirachi. For a metal. And so I'll go bench, attach, and then pass. Alright. He is playing this piece. So the fairy type Mimikyu, is that enough to turn around the match? I'm gonna say no it isn't, but we'll see. I guess we will find out. Whenever you guys hear that the music stops, let me know. Definitely let me know. It's because I have a playlist on YouTube, and then if you're not like looking at the playlist, then it stops randomly. Okay, so my bench just passes. Very little pressure. Reunion Forest. So just thinning here. I only have the water. So do I GX and retreat? Okay, so let me think about this. Okay, I retreat and GX. And then my opponent still does nothing. And then I go KO, take 2 prizes and power up something else. And then my opponent goes return KO with the Mimikyu. And then I go Rosa for reset stamp plus whatever Pokemon plus whatever energy and attack again. And then if he can't return KO immediately, then I just win, right? Right? Thank you, RFX. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Thank you so much for watching. And you'll be able to finish watching this video at some point on YouTube, don't worry. Seems like a solid game plan, right? I get to GX for free, no pressure from my opponent. If I rolls up for the reset stamp, like he needs a big person that can take a hit. He needs a big person that can take a hit. Unless he plays 2 Mimikyu. But I mean, why would I ever power up ADP again? I just power up Keldeo. Yeah, like why would I ever power up another ADP? And because this guy's in Psychic and this guy's in Psychic, there's no... What? Oh, okay. There's no threat of spell tag 4 damage counters when I take the KO and then KO with Keldeo, so... I'm not saying... Well, I guess we tie. Maybe? If he attaches spell tech to the Giratina, then we tie. Unless I have double customs. Unless I find double customs. Yeah, but at worst it's a tie, right? And not even... No, what am I saying? It's not a tie. I take 2 prizes right now. No, it's not a tie. I win. Okay, so I take a knockout on Jirachi. And then he goes me, he's down to 3. And then I KO with Keldeo on the Mimikyu. I go down to 2. He attacks me with Giratina, and I knock him out. I go down to 0, and he goes down to 1 because Keldeo is worth 2. So I still win, I'm pretty sure. Wow, I've drawn all 4 of my Jirachi. What the heck? I've drawn all 4 of my Jirachis. Yeah, so like this seems like a very just because you have weakness doesn't mean you just lose. It actually doesn't mean you just lose. Fairly sure I win. Like, my opponent needs a dude that can take on Keldeo. That's what he needs. But whatever dude that can survive the Keldeo attack is gonna be a GX. So he can't attack me. So it's like, it's a win-win. You know? It's a win-win no matter what. Yeah. That's not a counter. I mean, Rosa isn't even... Like, if I didn't have Rosa, it doesn't matter. I might not even use Rosa next turn. No, I will. But I don't even need the Rosa. I just needed a Keldeo to power up. Yeah, my opponent goes attack, ADP. I feel like my opponent definitely played it wrong. Like, you want to pressure the ADP. Like, you want to pressure the ADP with Giratina when they GX, and then when they KO, and with a spell tag, and then when they KO you, you put the 2 damage counters, and then you KO with a Giratina, and then, like, it's still terrible. I think it's still terrible. Why would he promote the Inkay now? Well, he always has a retreat, but... Your plan is always Mimikyu, so why would you promote the Inkay? I think the important thing here is, like, if you're trying to learn how to get better at the TCG, is since the very first turn, I already know exactly what's going to happen until I win the game, right? I haven't played a single card, and I've already won in my mind, right? With, like, an idea of whatever happens. Yeah, he ended up being AFK, but I wish he hadn't, because then we could have seen the plan in action. I think the key aspect here is this whole... Since before I played a single card, I already had a plan in my mind of how to win the game. And I'm making my plays, like, maneuvering in order to make sure that I accomplish that win that I've already envisioned. Right? So I'm not just playing the cards that I can or that I can use this turn, but I'm playing the cards that I need to in order to get a win. But yeah, my opponent went AFK, so it doesn't matter. I wish he hadn't. If he hadn't, then it would have better illustrated what I was talking about. Well, that's the key. You know? Having this whole, how do I win? That's, I think, one of the most important things in Pokemon that not a lot of players are thinking about. Alright. Yeah, so we're just waiting here to start another game. There we go. Like, regardless of my opponent went AFK, I'm pretty sure we would have won. And... Alright. Let's do one more match. Let's do one more match. Let's get the 2 treasure chests. Let's get the 2 treasure chests. Alright. Chilean. We lose the coin flip. Alright, so the Carriganal could slow my opponent down at some point. I think I'd rather have that than the kill though. This could be a mirror match. We'll see, I guess. Not the best start. Yeah, I would imagine this is a mirror match based on the sleeves and the, on the deck box and the Jirachi start. Here's a tackle. No doubt in my mind, this is a mirror match. Is Picarum still viable? I think it is. I uploaded a video about it a little while ago, Guerrero. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll definitely be able to find it there. You'll definitely be able to find it there. That's how I would approach it. Yeah, but there were also a couple Picarum decks that did well this weekend. So I would definitely encourage you to go to a Limitless site, go to the Daytona Beach. Oh wow, never mind, this is not a mirror match. Go to the Daytona Beach regional and check out the list there. I have no idea what this. Oh, this is Malamar with double Guznag. Malamar with double Guznag. One Mega Lopunny can just beat you? That's not true, Unicorn Paladin, because like Picarum was already getting KO'd left and right. Yeah, Picarum was already getting KO'd left and right before Mega Lopunny. Now it's more common, yes, but as long as you're trading, then alright. I think Kael'do is the biggest issue for Picarum, not Mega Lopunny. Alright. So this Absol is annoying. Interesting inclusion of Naganadel. But it's not the mirror match then. Definitely not the mirror match. Alright, so I want to use Cynthia Caitlyn, but I think I discard the energy. Same logic as before. I have guaranteed energy with this, and every other card in my hand seems pretty good. I could Lost Zone the two Psychics. That would be super annoying. Like both Cryogonal or Girafarig seem like they would be good here. I feel like Cryogonal gives me a really good using both seems decent. I feel like Cryogonal buys me the most amount of time, which I need seeing this hand. So I'm gonna end up using Frozen Lock here. Because that means no escape board, no switch. If he attaches, then he can't attach here to retreat. This was the most spicy deck to come out of LIC. Which one? The Swift. If you gust up the Raichu and KO, they need to hit a double power with their GX to stay in it. That's true, but I mean, double E power is not that problematic, I think. I don't know, overall, like, your GXs were going down left and right anyways. Like, the format revolves around one KOing tag team, so I don't think, Mega Lopunny just adds another threat to the already existing bunch of threats. Well, okay, yeah, I mean, Nagalord, the deck from LIC, very different from this one, though. Oh, I forgot to play the Chaotic Swell, duh. I need to use the Stadium first and then play the Chaotic Swell. Well, maybe like, all the cards in my hand are really good. Maybe. Okay, so we see the Stellar Wish, grabbing an item, which my opponent cannot play. That is well played. Phew, that was close. What? Did you forget about the item lock? Yeah, this is mildly Nagalord. The Nagalord deck you're thinking of only plays Miss Magus for support. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of the Jump Rig for sure. I'm gonna grab the metal. So I have less waters actually, so I'll grab the water. And I'll cherish for the ADP. And then I don't think I can Viridian Forest, but I should. Well, I might die. Not me, but the Cryogonal. Just gonna Frozen Lock again. Clearly my opponent doesn't have a Malamar or a supporter, so he needs to top deck Malamar in order to attack me this turn. If he doesn't top deck exactly Malamar, he can't attack me. Do you think Granbull's still decent in this format? No. No, Granbull is terrible. Granbull without a Rankuru, it should never see play. And it doesn't even one-hit KO these guys. It hits for 130 times 2, 260. It doesn't even get a one-hit KO. So no, I think Granbull is terrible. Granbull is terrible. It's really hard to get your hand down to 0. The damage output isn't even enough, surprisingly. 134 1 energy isn't enough. And yeah, it's just overall not great. Oh, okay. Wow, Malolana and Malamar, that's insane. That is actually insane. That my opponent had a supporter switch card in Malamar. Incredible. Alright. Not the end of the world though. Our hand is still not great, but this is not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and Viridian Forest away this switch. Right, so I'll do this. Now I will Chaotic Swell. And then I will go for Altered Creation GX. So slow and steady wins the race, I guess. I have 4 prizes here, then all I need to do is knock out something else with Keldeo. And the Reset Stamp should be the game-winning card here. How they fit? Yeah, I mean, my opponent's deck must not have a lot of consistency. Malolana is insane to have with this guy though. They have the Beast, they have the Dark, they have Absol, and they have Malolana and Tackles. And Acrobites. Well, Mnemonic, I mean, the Mimikyu is not great in Malamar. The Mimikyu is great in this because you can utilize it with counter gain. You can utilize it with counter gain for a single energy attack. So like they do 150, tank a hit. Right? They tank a hit with ADP or whatever, and then you switch into a Mimikyu and return KO. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like it's not the best thing in the world, but the healing of the Manga Gauss is gonna be annoying. But yeah, like it is 100% to KO an opposing ADP. I was saying it's not great in Malamar because you always have targets. It is decent because when you first attack with Ultimate Ray after using Altered Creation, you don't immediately get a prize. So it's very different. Yeah, it's very different usage, I'd say. Alright, so I'm gonna attach, bench the Keldeo, well, Ultimate Ray for 150. Ooh. This water is so crucial. So crucial. Alright, so then it's gonna come down to, does my opponent heal with his ability? If he does, then we are in trouble. Well, we're not in trouble per se. Well, we kind of would be. Interesting match though, interesting match, that's for sure. Yeah, the counter game makes the Mimikyu a lot more viable. A lot more viable. Please don't heal. Please just take the KO. Please don't heal. Dark energy, that's fine. I don't care about Shadow Seeker. 30 plus 30, so okay. Just takes a knockout, that's fine. Now we take a knockout, our damage doesn't care about the choice helmet, and then we just need to knock out one of these guys for game. Because we take 4 prizes and then 2 prizes. Pretty simple. Reset stamp. And I even get the tackle. A little late though. A little late, but I'm still gonna use it because the Cynthia Caitlyn could be useful in order to get closer to a custom catcher or something. I will keep this for Titania as well, in case I need to dig, but alright. Well, that's exactly what we're looking for. Thank you so much. Sonic Edge, don't care about your choice helmet. And we will take 4 prizes here. Any chance you might revisit Mew Mew later? Definitely, Unicorn Paladin, definitely. After San Diego. Or maybe during the week. Yeah, I mean, Mew Mew didn't do so well at Daytona, right? Choice helmet doesn't matter. Lily promotes the Jirachi, so now he needs a switching card. Well, you need a switching card no matter what, I guess. What was Mew Mew's? Oh yeah, Mew Mew got top 8. Yeah, so yeah, I'll definitely get to Mew Mew this week for sure. Got 8th and 9th. I'll definitely get to Mew Mew for sure. I'll definitely get to Mew Mew. So my opponent needs another big guy and a reset stamp, and he doesn't get the big guy, so then he just concedes. There we go. What looked like a toughish matchup, those clutch turns of Cryogonal actually ended up mattering quite a bit. Well, okay, so what would have changed? If I didn't stop the Cryogonal with Cryogonal, that would have been whatever. My opponent takes that knockout, and I would have attached turn 1 to the ADP. So I go attach, and then he knocks me out, and then I go attach again, GX, and he attacks me, and then I attack. It would have been the same thing. It looked cool. It gave us cool points. It gave us cool points, which is now the best deck in the format. I don't think there's one best deck. There are a lot of really good decks, like ADP, like Florges, like Guardian, like Mewtwo, like Ability Reshi, Baby Blounce with Pidgeotto, Baby Blounce without Pidgeotto. Like, there's a lot of really good decks. Yeah, to say one is the best deck, I think that would be hard to point exactly which one it is, because everything has a bad matchup, a good matchup, favorable, etc. So yeah, that will be that will be all for me today. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned into our almost 2 hour live stream. Always enjoyable to hang out with you people, and I appreciate the support. I will see you tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Thursday, and then on Friday I leave for San Diego. So I'll definitely catch you on Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.